Hello and welcome to the first day of Camp NaNoWriMo. As I'm filming this though, today is the 30th of June, but I wanted to tell you what I would be working on for Camp Nano before I get started on July 1st. Rather than the usual nano goal of 50,000 words, I adjusted mine a little bit in accordance with a long form experiment I'm doing. So the title of my July project is Finish Your Damn Novel, because that's where I'm at. I actually need to finish 2 damn novels, 2 drafts at least. One of which is Project Death, which I am working on the 5th draft of, making, you know, very slow but steady progress. For my long form experiment, I have written down that the goal is to revise 5,000 words each week. And for my other project, I've set a goal of 2,500 drafted words. That story is A Closet Full of Cauldrons and I'm working on the 2nd draft. It'll technically be like the first complete draft because I never hit the end on the last draft. That's just how I feel like doing it sometimes when I 0/first draft things. So if you break down 7,500 words a week, divide that by 7 for a per day basis, and multiply it by 31, you get just a little under 35,000. Also, one of the main differences that I'm looking forward to this camp is, guess what I got? It is a NaNoWriMo puzzle. National Novel Writing Month. Y'all know my love of puzzles, my love of Nano, so I'm excited. I think what I'm gonna do is each day I get to do a little bit of the puzzle as a reward for getting my words done. We'll see how long this lasts because, you know, sometimes you get started on a puzzle and you just want to finish said puzzle. So now my real goal in all of this is that I will actually freaking track my project. I have not won a Camp NaNoWriMo since April of 2020 and I need that to change. And I think by having like 2 separate experiments more or less going, but with the same end goal of like 35,000-ish words, surely I can do this. Now there's a bit to be said about how I usually tend to track revision more so by scene than by words, but I'm gonna let tomorrow me explain how I think I can work this out to you. Good luck. It's time. I think we'll start with A Closet Full of Cauldrons. So my character has just woken up. I have just woken up and I think it would be nice to reward both of us with coffee. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and record my first little bit of words. Beautiful. Now the thing about having lost at least 5 camps in a row is that I am willing to do literally anything that I think might help me, which is why this morning I chose to wear my NaNoWriMo winter shirt from last year. You know, a little play on dress for the job you want. I want to be a NaNoWriMo winner, a Camp NaNoWriMo winner, so you know what? I'm a rep and I'm putting it out into the universe. This is the month. It is happening. I have 2 little spots right here I need to fill in. And then I will update this, update my notebook, and then switch projects. I am almost done with my coffee, but I ended up not allowing my character to have any. Gotta make her suffer, you know? She'll get some tea in the next one. I need some extra oomph to finish these 2 little bits, so I'm watching Cat. Also, look at how cute my little tiger, white tiger, cat is. So cute.
I am participating in Camp Nano this month, so I made my goal 250 words a day.
Can I finish the scene now? All right, total words 952. Update. Hey, you love to see it. It's so close. Let me feed my dogs first. Go ahead, girls. Okay. So technically I've already written all the words I needed for a closet full of cauldrons this week, but I'm always happy to make extra progress, especially since I don't think that what I currently have set up will actually push me across the finish line. So any extra words I get, maybe I get a little bit closer. Hello. Hello. Plus 9:52 on Saturday. I really love the way that Kat did her sprints with the tarot cards. I thought that was super cool. I think I am gonna go pull an oracle card before I start Project Death and just kind of see what it has to tell me. I had sort of last left off on this scene that, you know, in sitcoms when the characters get themselves into like a crazy predicament and like they're called out on something, they just kind of freeze and then it cuts to commercial, and then when you jump back in, you can tell you've missed a conversation. You're like, but how did they get out of it? That's what I feel like I did. I hate it in books too. Like there's something satisfying about ending a chapter on like a huge cliffhanger. But then when you jump back in and there's like a little bit resolved, like they've changed locations or like you can tell something else has happened and between this time, it just feels a little weird. Oh, they're ready now. Coming in. And I feel like that's what I did in the last scene. And so I'm trying to not do that. I think it's just changing a few sentences here or there. It's not a huge deal and it's not a big scene. It's kind of a small scene that happens right after it. Where like on the come down from a huge realization, but I just don't want to have that like little bit of time where you're like, shouldn't something else have happened here? I feel like we missed out. This goes back to writing something for myself, and I don't want to write the thing I hate. Simple as that. But let's go ahead and save a closet full of cauldrons, X out of all that, and open up Project Death. So this is what I'm talking about. I have this broken up into sort of like 5 acts of sorts, and we've just finished off a big thing. Now we've moved on to the next part, and like right here, this scene is just not doing what it needs to do. It's only 353 words, which I think if I actually solve that and then get to add it, that'll hit me over the day for Camp NaNo. I'll still have more to do in Project Death as a whole for the week, since I only have about 2,000 so far, but progress is being made. Oh wow, need to update that. Doesn't matter. Let's pull the card. It's moments like these in some ways where I'm always reminded of game shows. And I think of the, what's it called? Whammy? I don't know. It's when they're like, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, and it goes around the board. As I'm pulling the cards, I'm like, please be good. No whammy, no whammy. Okay. This feels right. Whoa, the heart. Fascinating. I don't think I've pulled this one in a while. I do love the bees on it too. Interesting. Okay. Project Death does have my heart. Maybe that's what it means. Love, empathy, emotions, compassion, sweetness, affection, attachments. Filling the heart hive with found treasures, collected from the world around, spinning it into liquid gold. This is a powerful process of inner alchemy where dreams, desires, and commitments are spun into life and made manifest. From this sweet center, creativity blooms and possibilities unfold. Interesting. I do love ask yourself the profound question, how am I adding to the sweetness of life? That is the F1 sounds in the background. So I'm going to take a little break from this and I'm going to ponder over the heart a little bit more.
Conditions dry up too much. I don't know which radar Valkyrie Bottas was looking at before it.
Alright, nails painted. I think it is time to honor the card at least in terms of how long we sprint for. 24 minutes on the clock. Surely that'll be enough time to figure out the scene. Okay. Let's get started. Well, you kind of have to put the timer on first. And now let's get started. I was right. It did not take that long. I got it done. It's now 431 words. And I solved my biggest conundrum. I now actually really love the way that it's set up. Don't know how this possibility eluded me before, but oh, my rainbow. Hello. It is time to update the camp website again because plus 431 Saturday. Where's the session? Hey! I did it! Yes! Okay, I can turn this off now. Now during other camps, I take a sort of do as much as I can at the start approach, but I think I'm learning. Slow and steady's gonna win the race. I'm just gonna try and make sure to finish my 2,500 or so remaining words in Project Death tomorrow for the week and call it good. Heck yes. Which, by the way, if I actually do manage the 2,400, and I hope I will, that'll actually be double what I need anyway, so. I'm stopping now because, again, when I'm revising, I tend to count more so by scenes. So this was a short scene, but next scene is already 2,400 words or so. And I have gaps that need to be filled in on top of that, so it's going to be a hefty scene. And when I sit down for the day, I like to try and do a scene all in one. So we're gonna save it. We're gonna save it. So we're counting by scenes for my purposes for the writing session in a way. We're counting by words for the website and for this. But you know what that means? You know what time it is? It's reward time. And step one is the library. I actually need to turn in this second volume of Delicious in Dungeon because I found it at my local half price books and I bought it. This was recommended to me on my Legends and Lattes vlog, and thank you so much to the person who did it. I will put you right here because it is wonderful. So I'm gonna go return this and pick up a book that I had on hold. And y'all know what time it is now? Puzzle time. And questions for you. Let me know how your first day of Camp NaNoWriMo went. If you're participating, let me know if you have a sub goal. I am hoping that I will update the website every single day. I want to get that badge. I feel like camp is the time to do it. Let me know if you're working on multiple projects for camp or just kind of sticking to one. Let me know if you also hate that thing that I don't even know what to call it, where you sort of end on that little cliffhanger and then they jump to the next scene and there should have been stuff in the middle. How did they get out of the sticky situation? Tell me. Let me also know if you think of revision more so in terms of scenes, chapters, words, however you imagine it. I would be very curious to know. I'd love to see if there's a spread actually. I wonder if I can still do polls. But that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all very soon with a new video. Bye.